Spreading gravel. That's what it's all about. If you remember my last video, this was all just down in dirt. And we have gotten over the past week and a half, 10 dump truck loads of crushed 3/4, known locally as B-chip. And some of the videos I've watched over the years and everything on aggregate and everything, it seems like different parts of the country have different classifications of gravel and stuff. And we have our tractor dogs, Axia and Kratos, out here enjoying the Alaska summer sun. Anyways, Branson 2610. Got almost 300 hours, I think. I just shut it off for about 296 hours. Got the land plane on. Been struggling a little bit. We got some with it. Gravel depth from all the dump truck loads is pretty significant and everything, and that thing will actually start piling up enough gravel where it will stop old Branson in its tracks and everything. Got a few inches in some areas, and before anybody starts saying, "Oh, that's way too much. Oh man, you should have had some road bond or whatever else," keep in mind, my land around here has a lot of clay and a lot of fines in it. And the springtime during winter melt, or spring melt off, I should say, a bunch of this turns into jello. So theory being, next spring, a bunch of this will actually pack down into there and keep the clay from just turning into mud and sinking in, because it has, the ground around here just does not have material like that in it. It's a lot of fines and round river rock. In any case, so I thought of this while doing this, moving stuff around. I can't remember if it was somebody had asked me in the comments or if it was somebody I was talking to in person about lift capacity for the Branson 2610H. There's a full bucket load of 3/4 inch crushed. This particular load looks like it has some fines in it and everything. The other loads have been actually rather clean. But yeah, I mean, does it without a problem. Probably not the heaviest aggregate out there. And of course, I got the land plane on the back. That's probably my second heaviest implement next to my backhoe attachment to give it some counterbalance. And keep in mind, I do not have any liquid in the tires. Beet juice, calcium. I think calcium is probably a little bit outdated at this point in time, but the beet juice stuff. Can't remember the proper name, the commercial name. And it does it just fine. There's been a few times where I've gotten a good bucket load of it and everything and had to reverse it back up before the bucket would actually break it out and everything. So, but she's running good. Like I said, just under 300 hours right now. Don't know how much weight that is, but yeah, been putting a lot of hours on it. Actually, my wife has been too. She's been getting her garden ready. We've gotten a couple dump truck loads of garden soil in for her, and she's actually frankly enough, she spread a lot of this gravel right after the dump truck come by and everything before I got home from work and everything. So we got a total of 10 dump truck loads over the last week and a half of this 3/4 crushed, covering our whole driveway. The place is looking really nice. I mean, if you can look at my last video and look at it now in comparison and everything, this is a pretty significant upgrade and everything. All this area, if it gets really wet, just turns into a goopy mess. And you just sink into it. It'll look like it's dry, but then you drive over it, and here's actually from this spring, actually from the Branson, these ruts right here. When I drove through here and did that rut, the ground looked absolutely dry. And that is just clay down there. It just oozes out, makes a mess of everything. So, back to Mr. Branson here. Doing pretty good. Had to do a little bit of repair. I'd had these arms here set towards a more forward hole at one point in time so I could get a little bit more drop out of it. And my land plane was actually getting, and it still is, getting a little bit too aggressive of a bite running down through the gravel here. I'm really getting a crash course on how to feather the 3-point and everything. But I thought of it because I'd actually move those towards, let's get up down here, this hole up here so I'd get a little bit more drop. Actually, I did that over the winter so I could use my box blade for actually dropping down a little bit further for grading out snow piles and everything. And I thought of it earlier. My safety wire, I'll touch base with that in a minute here. But yeah, I moved it back here so it had a little, it seems to have a little bit better control back there on those holes for feathering it. It doesn't drop down as far. A little bit less aggressive bite, but for some of the depth of what I got going on here, I still need to do some tweaking and adjustments and a little bit more learning. My land plane here has actually been a little bit of a learning curve for the whole time I've owned it. It hasn't been one of the greatest implements I've had, but now with the fresh gravel, it is like the best implement I have for spreading gravel. In any case, so let's go back to the safety wire here. I don't know what I did, but both arms, there's usually, in fact, I still have the cotter key in this one right here, but I did something at one point in time which bent this little fork piece and everything. And here just earlier when I decided to move the arms, the cotter keys on both sides were bent all to hell and everything. This one I had a pretty hard time getting out, and after I got it out, it was not going to be any good. I had to put both of these lift arm, whatever the technical term is for it, I had to put them on my vise, squeeze them back together. They were pretty spread out and everything, which bent the pins and everything, and definitely a user thing, definitely not a Branson thing. But I've been known to be a little bit harsh on equipment at times, but it's still working good. Land plane is working pretty good. I should probably do a little bit of review on the different attachments and everything that I've been using with old Branson here. And just kind of as a side note, land planes where I live at in Alaska are actually somewhat rare. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, guys using them for grading out their crushed limestone driveways. I am so jealous of you guys that we don't have limestone up here. And some of those driveways on some of those videos where I see guys using land planes, man, 3/4 inch crushed here is about the best alternative that I have. So, but yeah, on hard surfaces and everything, or packed surfaces I should say, it doesn't work the greatest. I've kind of cussed and everything at it after I got it. but then started to see where it would actually work, just screwing around with it. But it's actually a pretty rare implement. There's actually a guy on the local Craigslist for Alaska and everything that's had a hey, I want a land plane ad on there for over a year now. Actually, right after I found this one here locally to buy, I hit a couple of our local tractor equipment dealers, and at the time, and they said, yeah, it'd probably be 8 to 12 months out to get one, if they could even get one. It's weird. So, but yeah, hey, back to lift capacity. I literally thought of this while I was moving stuff around. I'm about to hang it up for the evening, but full bucket load of 3/4 inch crushed. You can see this one, this pile definitely has some fines in it. Does it without a problem. I have absolutely no clue of how much that weight is or what the spec weight is for this. Somebody else can look it up in their owner's manual or online and post in the comments below. Doesn't really matter much to me, as long as I'm a little bit more of an operational guy. If it'll pick it up, it picks it up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So in any case, just a quick thing, quick update. Yeah, spreading a lot of gravel here. A few tons of it and everything out. Some just dumped out of the bucket there. In any case, yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment below, whatever you feel like doing. And yeah, if you're one of those guys that uses a land plane a lot and has some tips or suggestions, like I said, this thing was loading up with so much gravel it would literally stop that thing in its tracks. If you got some tips or tricks on that, aside from just adjusting the top link, which I have done, and actually I guess I could still, the blades are adjustable on it. Leave me a message down in the comments. Yeah, so anyways, have a good day. Catch you later.